Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Absolutely, the show where I sit around with my buddies. We talk about stuff going on in the worlds of movies and comics and TV shows. And today, we're going to follow up on our discussion about Halo with Halo Season 2. Now, to give you a quick recap of the two of them, Dan and I both watched Halo 1. I dropped off about 2 episodes from the ending, and Dan finished it, convinced me to go back and finish it, and we liked episode 1 and 8. And everything in the middle we hated. What turned me off of the first season was the fact that it just did not feel like Halo, did not look like Halo, and it was doing dumbass plots involving Quan on another planet.
Oh my God, I forgot about those parts.
Oh, the whole episodes following Quan's adventures being just the most insufferable character in a television show I've ever seen, with the world's worst haircut.
You've just reminded me of why I hated
That was why I fell off Halo 1.
Yeah.
It was already very out of character for all the stuff that John was doing, and it didn't make sense for Halo sense.
Yeah.
A lot of our complaints in the first season, we followed along with the meme of him never wearing his helmet. I do think they correct that in a very good way in second season, and we'll talk about that in a second. But he never wore it in combat or anything in the first season. I did not like the portrayal of Halsey. I did not like the portrayal of Katana, and Maquis I thought was a dumb character inclusion, which didn't play into any Halo lore at all.
Right.
So we wanted to watch season 2, episode 1. Now, I brought this up to Dan, and the reason I said let's give it a shot is because all of the marketing is we changed everything. That's literally what
And
the
by
marketing.
give it a shot, it was the entire weekend going, should we watch it?
Yeah, he was.
I feel like we should watch it.
I finally watched
don't
it
want
Sunday
to.
night at like 9 p.m. because I had him watch it, and I was like, I got it. If I don't watch this, he's gonna, and it's terrible. He's gonna shit all over me tomorrow.
I would be so pissed.
so
I'm so pissed.
So today I want to talk about twofold. We're going to talk about episode 1 of season 2, what was changed and what our thoughts are. And then the bigger discussion I want to have is, even if this is God tier amazing, which is not, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but even if it was, could you fix a show in the second season that got as lambasted as Halo 1?
Right.
So, Halo season 2, episode 1. I'm going to start off by stating, Dan, the first 15 minutes blew me away.
Yes, but that's the same thing that happened in the first season.
You're right. But the first 15 minutes, he wore the helmet for an entire combat sequence. He fought against it's the Arbiters, who is one of them. But what's their their elite? I was trying to think what the alien race's name was. It always just elite?
Oh, the Covenant.
Well, no, Covenant's the whole faction. We'll just call them the elites. I thought the elites had an actual name, like what their race was.
I'll look it up.
But
The
elites, the
Sungeli.
swords were great. The combat sequence was great. I loved the like false military jargon they throw in there. It made it feel like Halo. I liked the UNSC and how they got treated. They spent a lot of time showing the Spartans in action, from running to the combat. It was great.
I will agree. The start of it felt like a Halo mission. Like, it legitimately felt like playing the game, because you start off, you've got everyone in a team, you're all together. Cool. You're doing stuff, you're fighting them. Now you find out about this extra objective that only the Master Chief can do something about. Everyone else is leaving. You're on a timetable. He goes in, and it was like, this is how a game mission would work. I don't know about you, it was a little quiet. I thought it would have been a lot cooler if they had like a light Halo game theme, like da 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 da.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Like, because that was playing in my head, and it just made it so much better. But yeah, it felt like a legitimate Halo mission, and it did give me hope. It made me go, okay, let's see what the rest has.
The rest of the episode, he takes the helmet off, but he takes it off when he's away from the mission. And like, if that's what we're doing, that's fine. I know we never see John's face in the game, but that we know he takes it off when he goes back. Like,
exactly.
he's not showering with it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We never see those in between missions. We only do the missions where you need
It's not like Mandalorian where he never takes it off. Like, John, we've known for a while, because like he'll end one of the games with taking it off, and then we just never see his face.
Right.
So I was okay with that. I immediately noticed Halsey's missing. Maquis nowhere to be found until the very, very tail end of the whole thing. Every complaint we had removed, and now it's being treated like Chief has information and no one believes him, which would be a Halo plot.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like a Halo plot.
And it fits with what's going on, because, yeah, he did just have Cortana erased from his memory, but it's the classic, well, it was in you. Is
Yeah.
she still there? Like,
Following the first 15 minutes, it was all mystery and intrigue. And I didn't find it to be like over the top, like I'm so excited, but it was enough that I want to see episode 2.
hmm.
Um,
I was
what
actually wondering, did you? So you did not see it because both
I
of
did,
them were out.
I did not see episode 2 yet.
Okay,
Because I
me
watched
neither.
it till like that 30. What's the Spartan with the arm situation? What was his name? Because even that plot was interesting that they're finally catching the traitorous
Oh
one.
yes, yeah. I can't remember his name, but the guy, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He
Yeah.
reminds me of Dave Chappelle for some reason.
Right,
But
I
yeah.
thought that was a fun spit because the initial story was, oh, he got away and no one chased him. No, they've caught him now, and it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
And they did it in a great way too, because it's like, yeah, everyone was very aware that
That's not
he
Locke.
was.
That is not Locke.
I don't know. But they did it in a way that made sense too.
Sort
It
of.
wasn't he just randomly got caught after being known for being one of the most famous and
Yeah.
elusive pirates. No, it was like, no, they knew how to trick him. They got him there. Everyone
Yep.
abandoned him. We're going through, they're naming everyone. They're even going, hey, like, name and number, name and number. And like, they're really going into all that stuff. And they made a villain. And I
Yeah.
like that we've got a villain finally.
I'm hoping Maquis gets regulated to just being this person with visions, and we don't even bother with this weird romance that happened with Master Chief in the first one.
Is that so? That was Covenant Girl.
Yeah, very,
Okay.
very ending was Covenant Girl, and Kwan showed up with a much better hairstyle, and I hope she also.
Quan was in this?
Yeah, if you go to the very ending, the kid goes in the room, and the girl with that was Kwan.
Oh,
I
interesting.
saw the name come out, and my first reaction was, please don't have any more than this.
Interesting.
I don't
It's
want
funny.
any more of you.
I didn't recognize like half the people. Also, I thought half of them were dead. So I clearly didn't remember fully the end of the
Because it
last
wasn't
season.
good. Season 1 wasn't good.
Yeah, it legitimately felt like they straight up ignored the first season outside of the pellets control your mood. Hey, did you remove your pellet? Yeah, I did last week. Thanks for clearing that out of the way the first episode. Awesome.
Yeah. Like, it literally just felt like they were going for a full reboot. Like, they saw the complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's my problem with Halo 1 and the Halo Season 1. This was the biggest issue that made me just completely be done with it for the most part.
Okay.
And we found out later that apparently this was a sci-fi plot that no one wanted to buy until they attached Halo to it. And my complaint was, and you can go back and watch the videos, take Halo out of this, and this plot is terrible. It's so tropey. It's so there's no surprises. It's the exact science fiction bullshit you expect from science fiction shows. It's babies for a science fiction show. It's just not a good plot even without Master Chief. And when you put him in here, you ruin Master Chief. That was my complaint with the first season.
Yeah.
And the season 2 looks like they're like, got it. You that. They hired a new showrunner. They're dark and moody. They're doing it more proper. He's not taking this helmet on for a 2-minute ride and then getting out of the Warthog because only wear it in the Warthog. The suit, I feel, looks a lot better. I liked the suit.
I did too. I do feel like there were some scenes where it was clearly the suit and it was a double because it was someone just very obviously told to stand there and they look so awkward. Like there was just one spot where it reminded me of like when you're in a video game and then all of a sudden your character glitches into a T pose and it just looks like it went to a very generic stance. And there was a scene with Master Chief where it just shows him standing there like with his arms out and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're in the military, like stand salutes, attention or something, but have more to ya. Like it felt like there were some scenes where they were not in those suits or they did not have actors in those suits.
So here's my problem though. I mean, season 2, episode 1 was good. It's okay. I'm interested enough to at least try and see if they can keep this momentum. But does it matter? That's the question I really want to ask today. Like the marketing was correct. The first episode was good. We got it on point, but this isn't a 5-year jump away from season 1's terrible thing. They did season 1 like a year ago, and it was just the talk of the internet for how bad it was. Like, I get it. Some people liked it. It's fine. You can like season 1. Me, as a big science fiction fan and a Halo fan, did not like either one of those elements in it, the science fiction plot or the Halo plot. But it's a matter of opinion, okay? So my question now is, does it even matter? because you have an entire 8 episodes that do not feel like Halo, do not look like Halo. In my opinion, lackluster science fiction plot.
I
Is this going to change Halo's
No.
Halo's trajectory, Dan?
No, it's not. It's if anything, it's going to just make the people that were involved in it feel like they somewhat redeemed themselves. That's kind of how I feel because, frankly speaking, it's hard to find the show. Like even searching in on Amazon for the Halo show,
Yeah.
it did not but come up as like a new show is out. It was like
I had to
Halo
go-
2022, and I was like, wait, did it not come out? And I clicked it, and it's like season 1 and season 2, and I'm like, how is this not on their front page?
Yeah. Well, because so in the defense of that, the package we have is Amazon Prime, and I added Paramount Plus to that. So
I
it's
mean,
not-
even then,
but
though,
so it's
like,
not technically the Paramount Plus app. I will say when I clicked the app in Amazon Prime, it
Mhm.
was front page on that.
Okay, I'll give it
So
that.
you were just looking for it, so for most people, I would assume that's how they're going to do it because who the hell's actually going to go get Paramount Plus? But
Exactly.
we have it for work purposes. I actually probably wouldn't get Paramount Plus. I only have it for Halo and South Park.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, South Park's probably their main selling point for that.
Yeah. But that's my problem. I feel like what's another show? There's a show on the tip of my tongue that season 1 tanked, season 2 and 3 were great, but it still just got canceled because just no one came back.
I don't know, but
You
I
know what I'm
feel like
talking about, right? Because I feel
Yeah.
like that's what's going to happen here. 2 is going to get much better reaction and going to get a much better overall, but you're not going to pull people back in. And it's going to go to season 3, and then they're going to realize they already killed it.
the problem that they're going to run into is literally they're trying to get people like me who watched the entirety of season 1, strongly disliked it, and
I
are
did too.
very
You made me,
hesitant.
but I did.
Yeah, because you made me.
Oh, I know. It went both ways.
But my point being, because I watched season 1, I'm less likely to continue watching season 2 because of what we said. I liked episode 1 of season 1, and then it got worse. So it's going to be a hard sell to get me to try and do it again. And then on top of that, you got the people who go, well, I don't want to watch a second season of a show if I haven't seen the first season.
That was my other thought process. Cool, you're doing a soft reboot. You're getting rid of a lot of the problematic things. But who the hell's going to go to Halo and go, well, I heard season 2 is good?
Exactly.
Like I made a comment in our anime podcast over at Mangastorian about
JoJo?
Yeah, JoJo. You can skip season 1 of JoJo. You could probably skip season 2, even though I really love season 2. But to kind of get to what modern JoJo is more like. And a lot of the Fallout comments were, no, you can't skip anything. And JoJo's an oddity because each season really is a separate show in itself,
Right.
practically. But yeah, most shows you can't do that. Like, it's not like they post. It's not like when I opened up Halo and it was at season 2. It was like skip season 1. It's worthless. It was. You don't know that,
Right.
So,
And it's because I did a quick search of shows with bad first seasons, and when it comes down to it, some of the best known shows out there have terrible first seasons because Google has these as the list for shows with bad first seasons: Parks and Rec, Seinfeld, The Office, American Dad, Supernatural, The Simpsons, Breaking Bad, Friends, and The Walking Dead. That's what
I mean, it's funny because I actually know about Seinfeld's first season, how bad it was. Office, Parks and Rec was a completely different show.
and I think
I don't think Supernatural had a publicized. Maybe someone, opinions.
maybe that's just what a quick Google search said, but I feel like Halo is so
And they got
neat.
Walking Dead on here, and I'd say Walking Dead is season 1 is the best season of that show. So, but no, I agree. There's a lot on that list. Yeah.
My point being, though, is Halo is just a very, very stylized one that the reason why I feel like it can't or won't redeem is all of those other things, or most of those other things, was a fresh property that then got better. This was a beloved property that was crapped on that then got better. Like
nothing on that list came out in this era of television where you have too many options.
that too. Like that was back when it was like,
That's syndicated
sorry.
TV.
that's
Well, a lot of
our
that is
budget.
syndicated TV, so the show comes on, and what do you got to change the channel, and you don't know what else is playing.
Yeah.
But you know the show is here, so you watch it. Like nothing on that list came out in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm. At least none of those first seasons for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going to look at the Screen Rant one real fast just to see if any of these. Parks and Rec 2009 would have been the first season. Star Trek The Next Generation 1987. MASH 1972. The Office 2005. Simpsons 1989. Seinfeld 1989. Buffy 1997. American Dad 2005. X-Files 1993. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia 2005. None of these were at an era where there was a massive amount of competition.
Yeah, it was before streaming. It was before the streaming
Because
era.
right now, off the top of my head, there's 2 sitcoms on Netflix I want to watch. I'm trying to watch JoJo. I'm trying to watch Free Run, which is ongoing right now. Metallic Rouge is ongoing right now. Solo Leveling is ongoing. I'm trying to watch.
Super good. I saw the new episode.
If you skip out on the anime side of it, I'm trying to watch all the movies that are being released right now. On top of the access I now have to all the classic movies. I just watched something from 2013 yesterday. We then have what? Halo. I'm trying to catch up on what's going on with South Park. I'm trying to watch. There's just too much.
And this is just shows.
Yeah.
This isn't books, comics, games. Like, there's so much we've got available to us that I feel like this could redeem it, but it has to be like the perfect piece of media possible to redeem it. Like, we have to get it so drastically good that everyone is singing the Halo song. Otherwise, at best, it will redeem the first season and it will go on to never being talked about ever again.
Right.
Because when it comes down to it, from this first episode, this season has potential. The season has potential. It has potential to be what the Halo show we wanted, because
it should have been.
Exactly, because this first episode, it felt paced like I was watching myself playing a mission, and now I'm watching the movie cutscene between my missions.
Which was very long, but it was just like watching a Hideo Kojima game.
Exactly. And I was playing something on my other screen, so it helped me pass the time a little bit.
I was playing Enshrouded on the other screen.
Oh, I was playing Ragnarok Online because they updated to a DirectX 9, and I can finally play it again, even though it's a whole thing. Anyway,
so yeah, I don't think this is going to be redeemed. I think I might enjoy this season more.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like, episode 1's good. I liked it. It felt like Halo, but eventually Maki and Quan have to show back up.
Maybe. Maybe not. We can hope. We can hope.
Let's leave Quan in that cave doing whatever Quan's doing, and Maki, let's have her show up at the very ending and be like, "I wasn't real all along. I'm also in your head." Boom, gone. Like,
could you imagine if she was like a something like Cortana-esque that was in his head as well?
They also recast Cortana.
Did they?
Did you notice that? Yeah, they recast her. It used to just be the actress for Halsey.
Oh, I thought they had someone different for that one scene, just as kind of clearly it's not her. Oh.
No, I saw an article about the recasting, and the decision was to try and make it look closer to what the game's version of Cortana was.
Interesting. Actually, I mean, you know what? That's probably, if they do it right, they could really work into that of kind of a real versus not real Cortana, and maybe get the original in there for some things and really mess with them. Anyway, I will say this about this episode and this show in the second season. For people who are watching this that did not see season 1, if you're interested and you want to give this a shot, all you need to know, there were pellets that controlled their emotion. They removed those pellets. Cortana existed in his head. Now she's gone from his head. Halsey existed and was kind of bad, and now she's gone and she's on the run. Congratulations. You can now watch season 2, episode 1, and be pretty much perfectly fine. And you can enjoy that. And if you enjoy that, you can watch the last episode of the first season, because that was like the only good episode of that one. But when it really comes down to it, you don't need that much information to go into.
I think they gave
2.
most of that in season 2.
Yeah,
I think
and
most of that was revealed.
I feel like, the reason why I'm saying this is I would actually really enjoy if some of you that did not see season 1 just go into season 2 and let us know what you think. I'm very curious what someone who did not have to sit through season 1 thinks of this season 2. And it would be really cool to get that point of view. So if you do find yourself in that position, leave your opinion down below. I'd appreciate
For the record, I didn't force Dan to watch season 1. We actually enjoyed it, and then both started to hate on it as it
It became a. I watched it. We enjoyed it. Okay, this is getting bad. Okay, this episode got better. Okay, this is really bad. Okay, why are we doing this to ourselves? Well, we got this far. We've got to finish it.
Yeah, that's what it turned into. But all right, we'll see you guys next time right here at Absolutely.